The feeling of being in love is undeniable. When you're around her, your heart is racing and you got butterflies in your stomach. She can do no wrong. She's perfect. But what do you do when things start to go wrong? If we haven't met each other before, my name's Luke Finn and I'm the founder of the ARC system, a system which has helped hundreds of dads avoid divorce and reconnect with their wife. Today I'm going to be covering the 5 stages each relationship goes through, and more importantly, what you need to do to course correct when you find your relationship going in the wrong direction. And be sure to stick around to the end of this video where I'm going to give you the steps to go and mend a marriage. Now with all that being said, let's dive right in. Stage 1 is limerence and love. This is the phase we're all familiar with, that feeling like you're falling in love. You're constantly thinking about her, you got butterflies in your stomach, and you feel like she's the one. This is an exciting stage to be in, but we shouldn't confuse limerence with real love. Limerence is an infatuation, it's not real love. Games are being played and you don't know each other well enough to really love each other. After a certain amount of time, I would say between a year and 2 years of living together, you now know each other's imperfections, and this is where real love kicks in. You know that your partner is not perfect, she knows that you're not perfect, but you love each other regardless. This leads us into stage 2, best friends. This is where things start to get real. You've been married a couple of years, you've had a couple of kids, and life is starting to catch up on you, right? You've got a lot of responsibilities, you're working hard because you want to provide for your family, you're having the different stressors in life. And what you'll start to notice is the intimacy starts to drop off in your relationship. You're best friends, you're really close, you've got that vision together to raise the kids, that goal that you're both working towards, but you're not spending as much quality time together. Your sex life has dropped off, but you figure it's okay because this is just a natural part of raising a family. Here's the thing, you're already on a slippery slope. You need to take some actions to bring the intimacy back into your relationship. So here's what you need to do. You need to start spending some more quality time. So get a babysitter or get the grandparents to come in so you can go out on some dates and spend some time together where you can relax and really connect. And it's also really important to talk about your needs, wishes and expectations in the relationship. This can be tricky for a lot of men because what can happen is we can bring it up the wrong way and it can cause our wives to shut down. Now I've created a communication guide that will help you to bring up these topics so you can start to make progress there without blame and shame, and so that you and your wife can make progress together. I'll link that communication guide down below. Stage 3, roommates. This is where you really notice that you're drifting apart from your wife. So conversations don't have the depth that they used to have. It's more like giving each other daily updates than really any real connection. You'll also start to notice you're having more arguments, and these arguments are going unresolved, causing resentment to stack in the marriage. Your sex life has dropped off and you're starting to feel a lot of resentment. Now unfortunately, this is where most marriages find themselves, in a life of quiet desperation. To get out of this phase, you need to be able to navigate conflict effectively and rebuild the emotional safety in the relationship. So I have a different training for that. I'm going to link that up above now. Stage 4, not in love. So if you haven't been able to resolve the issues in your relationship in the roommate phase, and these issues have stacked, conflict has stacked, resentment has stacked, this will inevitably lead to your wife saying, I'm not in love with you anymore. And this is basically what has happened is she feels like it's now no longer possible to resolve issues as a couple, and she's kind of pulled out of the relationship. She feels disconnected from you. And this is a very dangerous phase to be in. And in this phase, what most couples will do is they'll go to seek out marriage counseling to try and reconnect, to try and find a middle ground so they can start talking again, start communicating. Stage 5 is divorce. You haven't been able to resolve the issues in the relationship. Either you've got too much resentment, she's got too much resentment, you feel like there's too much hurt in the relationship, and you or your wife decide to go separate ways. And here's the thing, guys, you go separate ways, and then what happens? You go into another relationship and you just end up experiencing the exact same thing. The issue wasn't with the relationship. You and your wife just didn't have the right skill set to cultivate a really strong relationship. So where do you see yourself in these 5 stages? Let me know down in the comments. And if you found this video valuable, do me a favor, click the like button, subscribe to the channel and smash the bell button to be notified each Tuesday when I release a new video. Now, if you're struggling in your marriage, be sure to watch this next video where I'm going to teach you how to mend a broken marriage.